Hi, I'm Brad Sherwin, Technical Agronomist for DeKalb and Asgrow.
I'm Kevin Bound with Bayer Crop Protection.
And welcome to the Agronomy Minute. Farming is all about risk and reward. Each year you invest money in rent or land payments, seed, herbicide, insecticide, fungicide, and fertilizers. Our job is to help you navigate all the decisions you need to make so you come out ahead financially. Now in today's episode, we're going to talk about recommendations for optimizing yields this growing season. So Kevin, as we look at this year's crops, and we'll start with soybeans, we've got some areas that really haven't gotten much rain. They're pretty dry. What are some recommendations you would have in those situations?
Right, good question, Brad. So as we're in these drier climates, one of the things we look at is what pests are out there. And spider mites are the ones that we're looking for. Typically in a drier climate, we start seeing spider mites show up.
Now, we've also got some areas that have gotten some pretty good rains. We've got some warmer temperatures expected next week. What are some concerns or recommendations you have in those situations?
Yeah, good question. So we're really in those areas that have been getting some frequent rains. And if we look at our soybeans today, they're mostly canopied the rows, and we start seeing those environments for white mold show up. So as this moisture moves in, continues moving in over the weekend, we're looking at white mold as a factor in some of those fields.
And some of the products that you would recommend?
Good question. So when we look at spider mites, for example, if you're going across with Delaro or Delaro Complete, we're actually asking you to add Leverage 360. Leverage 360 is actually made up of two components. We got basically a knockdown insecticide as well as a translocating insecticide in Leverage 360. So you really get the knockdown of pests, and then you also get the translocation to take care of those biting and sucking pests.
Those are some excellent recommendations. Now, if we look at the corn, we've got a lot of cornfields that are starting to show some tassels. Again, we've had some of the dry areas and some of the moist areas. What are some recommendations you would have on the corn side?
Yeah, so we have Delaro and Delaro Complete when we're looking at the corn, both for corn and soybeans, 8 ounces. And on this corn, as it starts to tassel, we're looking at a week to 10 days later of actually using or applying Delaro and Delaro Complete on those acres. And why are we doing that? We're really protecting the yield. Disease starts setting in, and we start with grain fill. And what we're trying to do is reduce stress in this crop, especially as we get into those wetter, drier areas. There's a lot of stress, and we're really gives us the best yield potential.
Now, what would be some rate recommendations in those situations?
Great. So the nice thing about Delaro and Delaro Complete, they're both 8-ounce use rates for VT R1 applications in both corn, and then on soybeans, we're looking at 8 ounces of Delaro and Delaro Complete. And with the Leverage 360 on your soybeans, we're looking at 2.8 ounces. And then on corn, we would actually be looking at Baythroid as our insecticide at 2.8 ounces as well.
Those are great recommendations. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for taking time to watch our video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when we post our next video. And lastly, hit that thumbs up so we can bring you more agronomic content. We really appreciate it.